Hello, my fellow scapers. How are we all? I hope we're all well. I hope we're all enjoying the new Zamorak Boss. I'm doing another really quick video like the one I did yesterday about Zamorak, about some more knowledge that I can share with you in case you still haven't tried. It was only released yesterday, or you're struggling, or you don't understand. I believe I've got some things that might be able to help you with your first kill. Now that I've got a kill on normal mode, let's jump into it. Right, so starting off with the Edicts, as you can see, all 6 are visible on screen. I'm going to highlight them and I'm going to tell you what each one of them does. So let's run through that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what each Edict does when you activate it for yourself and what Zamorak gains on his behalf as well. So you understand which ones or which order you want and which ones might be causing you trouble that you didn't realize were causing you trouble. So let's break them down now. Just keep in mind, if you want reference to which rune is what, just come back to this part in the video. I'm not going to keep this on the screen the whole time. Okay, so let's go on to the explanation of what each rune does. So as you can see on screen, number 1, we gain more adrenaline from basic attacks. Every single one of these, barring Edix 5, increases per edict you activate during the fight. Any edicts will increase the ability, meaning that if you choose one of them first, that will scale higher than something that you capture 3rd or 4th, because obviously there's only 6 edicts, okay? Edix 2, we gain more cooldown reduction. That's good. Edix 3, we'll deal 5% more damage and take 5% more damage while standing near a hexed rune. Again, increasing per edicts activated. Edix 4, casting an ultimate ability makes your next basic attack strong and heal you. That's good. And Edix 5 spawns traps around the arena. And lastly, Edix 6, while below 60% health, you deal more damage, increasing once again with each Edix activated. So now we're going to go through the buff that Zamorak gets, which is technically a negative for us per Edix. So let's go through those now. So, Edix 1, Zamorak gains the ability to twin shot, dealing a second attack after a delay. So this basically allows him to get a second attack when he attacks. Again, scales with Edix's. Edix 2, Zamorak's target will be insta-killed if striking a target at 5% health or below. This is catching people out. Now you know where it's coming from. Edix 3, Zamorak can summon healers to aid him. Again, pain in the bum. Nobody wants your boss to be healed. Edix 4, Zamorak can do a percentage damage through shielded abilities. This can scale very high. I believe it goes into the 20, maybe 30%. So be careful if you're activating this early. Edix 5 actually has no change. All it does is allows him to spawn traps. You don't get anything and he doesn't get any special abilities. It's just an extra mechanic. Edix 6, you will heal for less health when healing throughout the fight. This goes for food as well as abilities like resonance. So again, another one to watch out for. Of course, as you can see why there is a priority in which edicts you activate and when. I really hope this helps you guys work out which edicts you want to get first, which order you want to do them in. You understand now which ones do what, so hopefully this will help you with your Zamorak bossing fights. And of course, it wouldn't be anything without showing you some other mechanics that you might want to deal with. I broke down very briefly inside the video I did yesterday, but I understand things a little bit more now. So he will only attack with ranged and magic. The ranged attack will come from his right hand, so if you're looking at him, his left. And his magic attack will come from his left hand, your right. So that changes every 5 attacks, I believe. So he'll do 5 ranged attacks and then he'll switch to mage. He will never do a melee basic attack. However, there is a melee attack that hits very hard if you don't protect melee at the time. But I will show you that in a second. So when Zamorak says the world will break beneath me, I believe, or something like that. When he does that, he will slam the floor and you'll be hit at, I think it might be 2, it could be 3 ticks of melee damage. This hits like a bus, especially if you have the second edicts on and you don't prayer, you're dead. It's the insta-kill mechanic. So people have been thinking this is an insta-kill mechanic, but actually it's not. It just hits really hard. And if the edicts is on edicts number 2, you will die. So protect melee, you don't get stunned. Protect from melee, and you will take significantly less. Of course, enhanced devotion will help you sometimes, or you could just devotion yourself to mitigate this damage. But this is a really important mechanic to help you get through the fight, because you will chunk through food if you keep messing this one up, and you won't have enough for the fight. In fact, here's a really good example. I don't swap quite quick enough, and you can see it hits me for like over 1,000, and then the second hit's under 1,000, so it does really help. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. Also, the range attack looked like spears, as you can see from his right hand, and his magic attack is from his left hand, which looks like an orb. So that should help you prayer flicking. The next mechanic coming up is when he does this. He will cower down and send a rune over your head and get sent into the other dimension where you have to kill this demon before he reaches that portal. Two very important notes. I did mention this yesterday, but I understand it more now, so I'm going to repeat myself slightly here. The rune above your head will need to be the rune that you see on the ground for you to go through and remain unharmed from passing back through the dimension, but only once this guy is dead. Now in this situation, I actually have the wizard inside here as well, so I end up having to overstay my welcome in here. So this means that I will actually get the very strong one-hit mechanic come and get me while I'm in this dimension. It can come over to this dimension. You don't have to be in the main room for you to be hit by it. So let me show you what that looks like. So here it comes, and I decide to pop my potion of vitality to massively increase my health, because I was panicking at this point because I didn't have the adrenaline for barricade. So right here is a good example of where you can survive this attack. You will be met with the full force of it, and it hits me. I think the most it's hit me for is 12k, but of course if you drink the vitality potion, which are very cheap on the Grand Exchange, you will be able to survive the attack no problem, chonk through your food and heal back up. Another quick note, if this guy wasn't in here, the wizard, but I came in to kill the demon, once you kill the demon and go back through the portal, the chances are he's almost finished powering up his ability that we were inside for in this scenario. But usually you want to go in and you'll be able to resonance or barricade the attack. This is really crucial because he seems to do this every single time. So this attack is coordinated with this mechanic every single time. So when he teleports you in and you kill this demon, you go back out, get ready for the insta-kill mechanics with your potion of vitality, a barricade, or a resonance. Barricade doesn't block all the damage, but it will mitigate some. So keep that in mind. One final note on the one-hit mechanic. I know I'm talking about it a lot, but there are 3 different scenarios, as you've just seen 2 of them. The last one is when you're actually inside. You will need to stun him and then do a certain amount of damage to him in order for him to release the attack early. There is no way to stop this attack entirely, so don't worry that, oh, he's still done the attack and I still took 4k damage. That's good because it means he didn't hit 12k. So the longer he goes unchallenged, the stronger the attack gets. You will need to stun him once and then deal the DPS in order to stop him channeling this strong attack. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And the last thing that I would like to run through with all of you is the difference between his grey bar, his red bar and his green bar when he's showing his health. So the grey bar is when you're damaging him down, but it's not actually doing his overall health. You have to activate an Edix in order for you to turn this red. But whatever his health is when you capture the Edicts, the grey health will transform into red. So if you've got 15k grey, it will turn into 15k red. Once the red is gone, you will have the ability to down his next phase, which will be his green bar, which is overall health. So you've got to remember that once you get the green bar down, it will go back to grey. You'll have to activate another Edix. In order for you to be able to activate another Edict, you have to press the button, the button on screen that you get to go in and kill that wizard. If he's alive, you cannot capture another Edict, so you'll need to make sure that you do kill him. It's very important that you go in to kill that guy before trying to capture the Edicts. Otherwise, you're just wasting DPS and time. The very last mechanic we're going to go through is when he does this move. When he says you're already dead, he will spawn black smoke randomly out on the arena, and that will go anti-clockwise and then come back clockwise. So your best bet is to stand basically where it spawns, and if you watch on the screen, it will come up to me and then start going back the other way, and then you can kind of follow where it's been slightly so it doesn't hit you again. If you stand in this, you will take some damage, and if you stand in it long enough, you will also be stunned. So not fun. Make sure you watch out for that one too. So there you have it. Those are the rest of my tips and tricks that I've learned so far. These have helped me get my first kills on Zamorak in normal mode. I haven't tried in Rage yet because I want to get the mechanics down flawlessly before I do that. So I really hope this helps you in some way. More tips and tricks. I suppose it is sort of like a guide. I got a comment yesterday which was very, very valid, that I actually helped probably quite a few people with the video yesterday. So keep your head down. I promise this fight's possible. When I first went into normal mode, I was like, there's no way I'll ever be able to do this. And now I've managed to kill him multiple times. So you can get him. I promise you will be able to get him. Just pay attention to what the edicts do and the order that you do them in. That's very crucial. And remember to keep your health high if you activate Edix 2 for the insta-kill mechanic, because if he does hit you, whatever your health, whatever attack, you will get insta-killed. So keep that in mind when facing Zami. So once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys. I really hope this helps you once again. I'm just trying to get videos out there as there's nothing really out there to help you too much. There's a lot of amazing players who are way better than I am, and they haven't done a guide yet, but I want to offer up what I can to help all of you. So thank you all so much for watching. See you all in the next video. Smash that like button, hit that sub button, and I'll see you all in the next video.